Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of Freedom Link Radio. I'm Joe Joseph, joined by Gwen Caldwell, and let me tell you, I didn't, personally, Gwen, I got to say that for a radio person or personality, if you will, you always try to figure out what the hell you're going to talk about on the show. And today, there was certainly no shortage of news. And, for a 1-hour show, oh boy, there's so much to talk about. But I know that you wanted to start the evening off with some news about the 9/11 ceremony coming up.
Well, yes. It seems, as reported by Fox News, that they don't have room at the anniversary party of 9/11 to have the firefighters and the first responders there.
Huh. How scary. I mean, think about it. It's like you asked me before the show. Then who's going to show up? Who's there? It's right. Unbelievable. Who's going to be? I know. It's a party for everybody that made it happen, like the George Bush, the Dick Cheneys, the Paul Wolfowitz. All of the globalists, I'm sure, will be there, probably celebrating their achievement. That's right. What I think. It's going to be like a birthday party or something like that.
Well, they're going to have a separate celebration. Who knows where? And why would anyone attend if they're going to insult them like that? Why would they even bother going to some other menial celebration? These are the people that put their lives on the line, that are dying of cancer now from exposure to the whatever the hell it was they were exposed to there. But they're not invited. No room for them. You've got to be freaking kidding me.
I know. The ones that, the air's safe to breathe, no problem, go in there. Hey, everything's all right. And now people 10 years later are dropping from mesothelioma and every other respiratory illness you can possibly imagine. And then, to make matters worse, not only are you not invited to the 10th anniversary of one of the most devastating events in this nation's history, but we'll couple that with the fact that, by the way, there'll be no insurance benefits or anything like that for you guys and the sacrifice that you made for this country. There's absolutely nothing. I mean, they're just getting trashed at every turn. And that's what kills me.
Yeah, no kidding. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I can't think of a bigger slap in the face, but, this isn't the first time. I mean, look at how they treated our Vietnam veterans when they came home. Look at how they treat our veterans now when they come home.
I know. It's absolutely unbelievable.
You go out there and do anything for your country, and you want to help people, and you want to do the right thing, and you buy into their lies, and this is what you get.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's funny you say that about veterans, because InfoWars had a great little tidbit today on the War on Terror's new targets: veterans, Tea Partiers, and anti-Fed activists. Isn't that interesting? This is just validation of how backwards our society is today. They're going after the people that stand for everything that's good, that's noble, and they're just trashing us. And that's fine. You know what? That tells me when I get put back like that, and when all of you guys out there in the YouTube community, guys like Kevin, I see you out there in the chat room. That's right. And John, I see you out there too. Welcome from the Netherlands and from the UK. Let me tell you, hardcore, baby, hardcore waking up early in the morning like that to listen to this show. But I'm telling you, you're doing the right thing when you get pushed back. And that's what's happening. And for anybody that doesn't think you're making a difference, you're making a difference. You're making a difference. Go ahead.
A point that I'd like to make, Joe, is how they refer to people as anti-government. I mean, that is the term that they use, anti-government or pro-constitutional.
Yeah.
Well, what Americans are out there that are not pro-constitution, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, and we don't have a government. We have a corporation.
Right.
We don't have a government. We haven't had a government since 1871, for crying out loud.
Yeah. And let me tell you.
So how can you be anti something that none of us in our lifetimes have ever had?
And
we don't know what that is.
I'm not anti-government. I'm anti-big government. I'm anti-tyrannical government, but I'm not anti-government. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, you need the rule of law. That's just the way it is, you know. And unfortunately, we as a society and as a world as a whole, the rule of law doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore, and it goes to show by the blatant disregard of the rule of law that happens every day. Every day.
I want the rule of law to apply equally to the politicians and the public servants, law enforcement included, our illustrious, Congress, all of them. I mean, they're committing criminal acts all the time. And
yes, they are.
I don't see them being prosecuted. Oh, they might get censored or booted out of Congress, but I mean, there's no real consequence for their behavior. But by God, let us poor Americans out here think that we're going to act like that. And I'm here to tell you, they'll be making an example out of us.
You know, amen to that. Amen to that, Gwen. Now, there's so much to talk about in the news, and I want to address this and get this out of the way, because this has got, I mean, I'm scratching my head, guys. I have to admit. Aliens may destroy humanity to protect other civilizations, says scientists. This is from the London Guardian. Rising greenhouse emissions may tip off aliens that we are a rapidly expanding threat, warns the report from NASA. Now, one may say, what the hell are these guys smoking over there in the UK? And my answer to you is, this is pre-programming. This is pre-programming at its best. And you said it, Gwen. They've been doing this for quite a while now. Trying to insert this alien threat at different times. You have to wonder what the agenda and what the motive is.
No kidding. And something I'd like to point out about this whole alien agenda, our greenhouse gases and our carbon and our emissions and all of that. Well, you know what? We bombed the moon. Is that an intergalactic act of war? We bomb the moon?
Who knows? I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, and then we need to be afraid of the aliens that are coming.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we've got greenhouse gas going on.
Right.
Oh,
right. But I mean, look at the other pre-programming. What's this movie coming out? I saw the trailer about two Earths. All of a sudden, this second Earth appears out of nowhere. It's a movie that's just coming out. What the hell's that all about? We got aliens.
Do we get to go on that, or is that the retards coming for the reptilian elite?
Yes, I think they're coming for the reptilian elite. That's right.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
And the L&M thing, it just kind of makes you think. Is the L&M hip blue hype? Is there any truth to it? When we come back, we'll discuss this much more. You're listening to the Freedom Link Radio on the Orion Talk Radio Network. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom Link Radio, folks. You know, a great example of predictive free programming has to be the pilot episode of The Lone Gunman that was shown on Fox. That in March of 2001, they aired this pilot of a show that had to do with flying planes into the World Trade Center in a terrorist fashion, and they were remote controlled, and even the flight numbers matched. You know, and let me tell you, this isn't the first time, it's certainly not the last time we've seen it, but when you see things like that, and then you have this alien crap come out, you have to wonder, is there truth? Is there any truth to the Elenin Nibiru hype? You know, is there any truth to this transiting the galactic plane and the period of instability that the planet and the solar system is going to be subjected to? I can tell you this, that when you look at history and you see what it tells you, typically what happens is people don't pay attention to it and we repeat it. And they've done this before. They're going to do it again. And all I can tell you is that there's a lot of hype in the media about aliens, and we've seen it. And this is the Guardian, London Guardian. So we're not talking about some 2-bit blog. You know, this is the newspaper in London, and a pretty popular one at that. Then what we have here is a little predictive pre-programming. That's what I have to glean from that. You know, just like global warming. Is it due to carbon and cow farts? No, I don't think so. Could it be because we're entering an area of our galaxy that's known for turbulence and for instability? Yeah, absolutely. Why is the sun acting wildly? Why is the temperature not only on the Earth going up, but on Mars? Why does Saturn have this crazy storm going on right now? Why is its temperature rising? Why is Jupiter's temperature rising? Does it have to do with cow farts and human farts? No, I don't think so. So there has to be some sort of truth to this. At least that's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't have a telescope. Gwen, you have a telescope, don't you?
I do.
Dadgummit, go find this doggone planet, will you?
I've looked. I've looked for the planets. I can't find it.
I know. Me either.
I can't even find Orion's belt anymore.
And, see, I can find Orion's belt. I'm good with that. I know where that is.
Well, what part of the sky is it in? Because
just look up.
It's not where it's supposed to be.
It's
not where it's supposed to be.
Well, see, me personally, Gwen, I don't know that. Here's my problem, folks. And maybe you can help me out. Email me at thefreedomlink@centurylink.net. If you have any good information on this, the stars not being in the right place, any planetary issues, the Nibiru, the Elenin thing, I want to know about it. Because I would like to do a show or two and devote it to that and try and maybe have a discussion about this. Because there's no reason why I can put it in my head and I juggle it around, but there's too much talk about aliens and everything else in the news for me to discount it and to believe NASA scientists that are saying, oh, no, don't worry, Elenin is just a small itty-bitty comet and everything else. I wouldn't know a small itty-bitty comet from one that's 500 miles long or whatever. However, I have no clue. So it would be interesting if the listeners of this show could, do that. You can send me a message on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Admiral Conservative, and you could do that, and let's put our heads together and try and figure this one out. But I can tell you using common sense.